No, coach, I do not want to go to the locker room right now. Coach, always trying to get me alone in the locker room. So random.
Oh, man.
So we got some exciting news for you guys.
Do we?
Yeah, we actually got a sponsor.
What was that
I
sponsor?
don't know if you know this, but they called me the other day.
Oh, I'm unaware. Fill me in.
That sponsor is right there. This guy.
Wow.
It's a pretty nice sponsor.
Wow.
I suggest you guys buy that.
Yeah, we really appreciate
Really good.
that. Thank you for the kind words and really trusting in us to handle your brand properly. Thank you.
It's it works. On what? You'll find out.
Check it out.
All right. So welcome to Two Guys One Mic. My name is Big Neezy, but my friends call me Knees the Sleaze, or my knees your sleaze, or Neezy, or Hey You,
Anyway,
or I can't remember.
I'm President Sloan, aka Sloan the Stampede. You can follow me.
Just one nickname.
Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
I only need one. I'm a man of few words. You can follow me
Or that name.
or Datney at President Sloan on Instagram, on Twitter, and also on Mixer and Twitch. Any sort of platform you like. I'm on Roblox at President Sloan. You can follow me on Black People Meet at President Sloan. Also, Christian Mingles. I'm on Christian Mingles. MySpace, President Sloan. Everything, every sort of platform you can think of, I'm on it at President Sloan. So
I think everything I got is Big Neezy, which is just Twitter.
good.
And we are working on making a Discord, by the way.
Are
That
we?
way we can.
This is news to me. You must have talked about this with our sponsor. The
Yeah,
sponsor
I was
was
talking
like,
to Shobunaga.
we need that. We need that goddamn Discord action, or we can't.
Yeah.
This deal's a no go.
It's gonna be a basic Discord. You guys can talk to each other, or you can put topics you'd like to hear, or any news you find interesting, and we'll check it out. I mean, I find it'll be a lot easier than Twitter, where we'll just get a bunch of notifications
Right,
about
right.
random stuff. Yeah.
So, but that being said, the opposite of what he's saying, please do go drop some questions or topics during this show. I want to say this early so that way by the time that we get to that point where we talk about topics, we have a few more in there if you guys want. So if you guys go and follow the show Twitter at Two Guys One Mic Show on Twitter, you can send us a question or a topic and we'll cover that later on in the show. So do that as soon as possible so that way when we get to that part we'll be able to cover and talk about, because we already have a few stuff that we're going to cover, so whenever we get to that you'll be in it. So yeah, introductions.
2020, did you know that?
I was unaware.
I'm
I didn't
still marking paperwork at my job wrong.
I didn't
My boss
see
talked to
that.
me about
I didn't see that. You get it?
Um,
I didn't. Okay. So yeah, so it is 2020. I feel like the first two shows we kind of, we got a feel for it, and we didn't really need to talk about stuff that was, too topical. But I feel like today is, it's a good time to reference the year it is, and all that new year, new me bullshit aside, I have some plans that I want to get done and some goals I want to hit and some stuff I want. Basically, my 2020 is really about learning, really. That's what it comes down to. So
just to let everyone know, these are not resolutions.
No, not at all. That's for the...
This is just something we actually want to get done.
Yeah.
We're not just saying this to say.
So for me, I don't know about you, but I think we're in the same boat where this show is kind of like a goal, a 2020 goal for us.
Yeah.
We are the biggest shit talkers in the industry, where it's like, oh, we're going to do this, we have this plan, and we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. We've had so many schemes and ideas that we just never came to fruition. And not just, you know, I'm speaking about us, but I can really talk about myself in this, because like I've had so many different ideas, like clothing, this, that, the other thing that I've really wanted to do, and I'm really bad on acting on it. So us doing this show is a huge step in us just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just getting it done and just saying, fuck it, we'll do it live. You know what I'm saying? Just like, let's get it.
We gave ourselves a week. Like, it was
Barely.
just one,
We barely.
I mean, I've been talking, and we have a group chat.
Thank you for the follow, Epic, and what is that? Milo, thank you for the follow.
Milo
guys.
Quicks, thank you for following, guys. I mean, we have a group chat, and we're like, I always bring it up, like, oh, we should do this, and we're like, yeah, but finally, 2020 hit, and we're like,
fuck it.
You said, let's do it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it, like, let's do it, and we gave ourselves a week, and that's why the first episode
we're still
looked like hot garbage.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It
The
was
first
literally
episode was
just
bad.
me doing this the whole time, looking like Alpha Hot.
And I said,
Alfred
what?
Hotchkiss and all that.
Know what I'm saying? Like that. His friend Peter
You know what I'm saying?
brought it to my attention that I said, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking million times. So we're still learning, you know, our mannerisms and how to defeat those and how to, you know, work around our insecurities and our shortcomings and really just do it and learn this process. And I feel like we've been fucking killing it, especially with the setup. Like, this setup has taken so goddamn long, and
Yeah.
and Nelson has been Neezy, excuse me, has been absolutely killing it. Like, the stream, as you can see, looks fantastic, and everything looks great. Like, we've hit a lot of roadblocks that if we weren't so focused, like before, we would have been like, you know what, we'll just try again next week. We'll skip this week.
Postpone it, but
And especially him, like this dudes have had so much bullshit to deal with that we don't have to get into, but this dude deals with a lot.
I want to get into that, actually. That's not on the topic, but let me tell you something.
It's ridiculous.
I just got a dog in October. Can't even remember the name of the breed. It's such a random thing. I get a text from my wife saying, "Hey, is your monitor, does it have a warranty?" And I'm sitting at work, and I'm like, no, what is going on? And mind you, I just got this monitor, I think like a month after I got a dog, so like...
and how much does said monitor cost?
$1,000. It was a $1,000 monitor. And come to find out, she's like, oh, Hero, the name of the dog, ran under my desk, through my wires, and ripped down everything. So it's just this past week.
And this happened, what, 4 days ago?
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 days ago. Like,
so while we're working on topics and while we're still working on the stream, we're working on lighting, like the lighting situation. Like, I know for like a small stream, like take Mortal for example, like he can get like one light and any stream really. Like, I'm just using Mortal as an example because like I've seen his setup, you know what I'm saying? So like a green screen with one light is sufficient for like just a webcam, but we have goddamn 4 studio lights set up right now, and it's like it's a lot of work. So while we're trying to get all the lighting situated, like this happens, and it not only the screen but his internet. So it's like
ripped my main Ethernet cord.
It was a mess.
That's providing the actual internet. Ripped it out of the plastic socket. And it's a 50-foot route that it was. So I'm sitting here like, I have to get a new monitor.
Thank you for the follow, V-Bucks.
Ethernet cord.
I think that's
I'm like, I cannot deal with this right now. But
So it's been a lot of roadblocks, and I feel like lesser us, maybe like last year, 2019. Would have been like, you know what? We'll just fucking try again.
Let's just take the week off.
Let's
and then
try next week.
We would
because in all aspects, this show shouldn't have been able to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, like so much shit happened this week, and I've been in a weird headspace. So like, I'm trying to think of topics while dealing with other shit. So like, we're just like, you know what? 2020 is here. We talked so much shit in the past. We're just gonna stay committed and just keep going no matter what. Like, no matter what. Like, we're just gonna keep focused. So this show specifically is a huge step in that direction of not only like doing something, but doing something, like actually having a goal and stepping towards it. Because my main thing is like, I have 1,000,001 ideas, but it's the first step that's always the hardest in actually doing that. And you know what I'm saying? T-Moss, what up, T-Moss? What up, baby? What up to chat? Thank you guys so much. So this is a huge point for me in 2020. Do you want to go, like, do you want to riff off of that, or do you want me to say my first
honestly,
idea? Because I can give you my idea of like where I was coming from and why I brought this to your attention.
I know that you brought up the stream.
Right.
The show is our 2020 goal, and I honestly have nothing else going on for the year.
Really.
So
I have so much.
all my attention. I am gonna be doing solo streams,
Yeah.
like games and whatnot, but I have so little time. It's gonna be very few in between.
Right.
But it's not gonna be. This is gonna be my main attention. This is the only thing I really want to happen this year is grow this channel. And
It's gonna take a lot of work
just
too,
make it
because
into something.
I feel like we have the ability to talk now, and we have our little fan base. But I think the majority of the work that we're gonna need to do going forward is really promotion. Like I really think promotion is gonna be key for our growth here, and like really grabbing an audience and starting our little stupid fucking jokes and our little like insiders and having our crew like understand it. PAX East would be lit. Going there as a brand would be super
that would be
dope.
awesome.
So there's definitely huge things that can come from this. So I see how committed you are, because you're a lot like me, where like if you like, especially with like we get this from the games that we play. I see like if we're focused on something, we're fucking like about it, and that's how my life has always been. So like if I'm on Pokemon, I can't do anything else. If I'm on Fortnite, like that's all I can do. So
I feel like if you're gonna get into something, you might as well focus on a thing instead of spreading yourself.
And having that thing to focus on is huge, because I have I need an outlet for my creativity, and like this definitely allows that. So whether it's drawing or fashion or whatever the case is at the time, like I need something to like shoot my creativity, just drench it in my creativity. You know what I'm saying? So,
Speaking of,
wait, but I haven't even gone yet.
no, I was just gonna
just
mention, because
continuing,
I mentioned me solo streaming,
Right.
but you also.
I was planning on getting a computer this January, but this January has been super slow for my work, so I'm trying to deal with that. But it's definitely like streaming is like that's one of my goals for this. So I still have my President's Loan and my President's Loan on Mixer and Twitch that I think that on the show we should kind of hash that out at some point. What platform do you think that maybe we can even do it in this show, but that's something that I'm dealing with right now, is like what platform I really want to try to grow on, because
Facebook Live for sure.
oh god.
Because I know every time I scroll through Facebook and I see someone streaming, I'm just like,
You know what?
I gotta watch this.
Yeah, let's watch this for a little while.
We watch this, and it's just some guy standing there who's like,
God, Facebook is a weird animal, dude.
yeah, it's hilarious.
So streaming is a huge point for me. So like, I'm not like the best Fortnite player of all time, but I would definitely like be interested in streaming some Fortnite. But I really want to start like a Pokemon community. Like I love the Pokemon community, and I love like I follow someone closely on Twitch. His name's Bob Larka. Shout out to Bob. He's a really good guy. He just seeing his little community is really like, it's really inspiring. Like I love the community. Like everyone's just mad helpful, and like they're always trying to do raids or trades or whatever the case is. Like I love it. So like that would be a huge point of interest for me to start working towards. Like I would love to start streaming some Pokemon Sword and Shield, even branch off into some Temtem. I want to talk about that later on in the show, because I saw some stuff that I want to bring up to you, and you have some stuff that you said you had to.
Temtem's lit. That's all I gotta say.
So yeah, so streaming is a huge goal for me in 2020. I really want to start making strides towards that, and not only like streaming, but like being like having like a set schedule, like every day or every other day, or you can like, if you want to see me stream, you know when you can do that. That's my main goal for 2020, is just to have a stream schedule and be streaming as frequently as possible. Really like starting to grow an audience.
For people who come visit the page to have something
right to do in the meantime. Right, exactly. So probably Fridays is something that we won't stream. I mean, maybe you can probably stream maybe after, but I'll probably not be streaming.
But usually my kids aren't here.
All right.
So then I got the wife here, and then it's gonna be just us. So she'll definitely want to hang out. So
just us.
If You know what I mean.
Why do you think?
AKA Netflix and not chill.
Oh shit. Hulu and
Literally just watching Netflix.
Hulu and Belly Bump. So that's one thing. Also another point that I really wanted to work on. Like it's random too because. So I thought you would have had something else. So like literally the only thing that you want to work on is this stream. You don't have any other like learning because like I want to learn about so much shit this year. Like
I mean, I want to learn stuff, but I'd
all
much
related.
rather focus on getting this
Right.
situated.
'Cause-
whether I don't want to spend time because I want to learn how to code. I want to make a game, but that's something that could go on the back burner because I'd rather spend the time either fixing the stream.
right.
getting
So that's like a
lights
long term
perfect.
goal. That's not necessarily a year thing. Like this
Well,
year.
it's gonna be a year publicity. Like,
No, I'm saying game developing.
Oh, game development.
That's something that is a like a future goal that you want to eventually
That's
start
like-
learning about. Right.
It's like so far away. I already tried teaching myself how to code.
Yeah, we actually had a game idea. It was pretty. We can actually talk about that at some point too. We had a what was the company name?
What was it? It was something weird.
The name of the game was Ready Set Loot though.
Ready, set, loot.
That was
yeah.
a good ass name. So
Yeah.
we had a little mobile game with another one of our friends we were planning. It was called Ready Set Loot. It was like a side scroller looter
It looked like Temple Run, but better mechanics.
and boss battles and shit. It was
Yeah,
really
it was
a
like
really
really
cool
good
idea, but again, this is like it really wraps up into what I was saying earlier. We have so many fucking ideas and this creativity. I literally drew up every single boss of that game. Like we had so much shit, so many topics and so many like underlying abilities and weapons and we had everything. It was crazy. Like we literally had a game planned out and then just stopped. Like we were doing meetings every week, but that's it. We just stopped. Like
It's rough.
One thing happened with our third in the trio of our little group, and that was the nail in the coffin. It was a really small fucking coffin apparently because it took one fucking nail for us to just be like, yeah, we gotta we're gonna move on to something else.
It's rough because you want to do stuff with your friends,
Yeah, but again, like
but not everybody can work and play along together.
right.
So you just gotta take the L and learn from it.
T-Moss says, Neezy, have you thought about setting up streams for people?
You are
Not really.
really.
You are pretty
I
fucking.
mean-
You are pretty fucking good at it though.
I mean, it looks good, right? I mean,
And like you can do from the stream, you basically know all aspects of it. So that's not a bad idea.
it's gonna be my side hustle, son.
Yeah, right?
Yo, forget this show, son. I'm out.
Fucking throws Mike. So just to touch on my other thing because clearly I'm not having any fucking back and forth with this guy. He's focused on the show and the show only. But no, this is like more of like a personal goal. This show is a business goal, like but one of my personal goals is just to learn about fucking cars. Like I want to learn, I want to literally find the book Automobiles for Dummies and just read it from fucking cover to cover. And like I just want to learn the inner makings of vehicles and like I'm such a the opposite of a manly man. Like I don't know shit. I'm not a handy dude. Like I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to learn about cars and I want to learn about how they work so that way I can exist as a human being in this society because that shit is super important. And that's one of my goals for this year is just to really school myself on everything. Like everything automobile related. I'm going to be buying a car this year again. So this time I want to know what the fuck I'm getting myself into and how to handle that and stuff like that. So that's one of my goals. So basically streaming, learning about cars, and working and staying committed to our grind is like, that's what I want to do. Like that's what I want to do for this year. Getting a schedule set and the gym. But that's like a dumb, stupid resolution, but you got to put it in
gym,
there.
right? Ha! Hoo! Oh, sorry about that.
Some of us need to
flex on you
some
real
of us
quick.
need to work for our beef, alright? Because I need to work for my beef. You were blessed by the beef lords. So that being said, you feel comfortable moving on from this conversation?
Yeah, I think we covered it. I think we pretty much covered what we're looking forward to and what your plans are, at least. And everybody knows what I'm focusing on. So
The stream. So first and foremost is definitely the stream, though. Definitely, like,
yeah,
it's been a journey, and we've only had, this is only our goddamn third episode, and it's been more. It's literally been more like crazy than like a year streaming like Fortnite and all the stuff I was doing before. This has been more eventful and so many roadblocks and
I didn't realize how hard it was gonna be.
It's crazy. It's
I was like,
really
we
crazy.
talk crap to each other all the time. I was like, but to put it into a show format,
Yeah.
that's something different.
But I feel like it's working. I think we're doing great. I think, you know, the first episodes were
Honestly,
rough.
I was thinking about shutting it down.
Just close and chop.
So we shut the lights off. Let's just get out of
Like,
here.
we're gone. But first episode was rough. Second episode, we definitely improved on a lot of things, and I feel like this episode's going as smooth as we could hope for.
Yeah, as time gets better, it's just gonna run smoother.
Right. Hopefully.
also-
Fingers crossed, because you never fucking know it in your
equates
household.
with the Temtem servers, right?
Oh, God. Sick segue. So, I mean,
How about them servers, Tate?
so I have a
Pretty
few
good.
things. So, Tate, have you played the Temtem alpha or pre... What is it? What are we talking about? What is it called now?
There was an alpha, and then there was early access.
Scroll down. There you go. Next, JRE. What the hell's JRE?
Is that Joe Rogan show?
Oh, okay, I got
I got
you.
kicked every 1 minute. Yeah.
Are you
This-
able to play now though? Like, is it better now? They got DDoS. All right, so I need some information on this because this is not. When I said I wanted to talk to you about Temtem this week, I was not aware of that shit. So that's. Wait, did the DDoSing of E3 happen last year, right? Because this E3 hasn't happened yet, obviously. Because I
Was it
know.
last year or the year before?
I think it was last year. Because they were. I watched a video on it, and they were just saying like nobody hacked anything. Like everyone's information was just on a public page waiting to be taken and shit. So like that's pretty interesting. So angry Pokemon fans DDoS them. That's insane.
Gotta
But
catch them all. You know
no,
what
but
I'm
I
saying?
don't see that from the Pokemon community because I'm super into the Pokemon community. So like every streamer or content creator that I watch, they're all playing it right now. Like they're not salty that it exists. They're all like, this is dope, whatever. Like one of the points that I wanted to see.
I feel like you gotta play it if you're a Pokemon fan.
I'll
just
definitely-
to put out, I'm giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Even though some of them probably won't really cover it because it's not gonna probably be as big as Pokemon.
I'm the biggest Pokemon fan that has ever existed. I've been playing since the OG Red, like never missed a game. And I'm fine with it. Like I'm fine with it existing. There's been games, like there's 1,000,001 apps on the App Store that are just waiting for a goddamn cease and desist from Pokemon that are using the fucking actual models. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So like
hilarious.
Pokemon, like them, like the idea of someone copying the formula of Pokemon is not a new concept in any fucking shape or form. You know what I'm saying? That's been around since forever. Like I actually, back in the day, when I was emulating and ROMing, there was a fake version of Diamond, and it's called Pokemon Diamond, but the actual game is called something else in Japan, but the English version of it was Pokemon Diamond, and there is a Pokemon Diamond, but it came out before Pokemon Diamond, so it was for Game Boy Color. So it was called Pokemon Diamond in America, and it was exactly a Pokemon game, but it was exactly like Temtem. Like none of the Pokemon, there was no Pikachu. Like it was all like original characters. It was all an original story. The translations was super fucked, so every third word was a swear. It was so funny, and like how you would use your Pokemon is like you would call them. So like you have a phone, and whenever you beat a Pokemon, you would register their phone number. It was weird, but it was really cool. So like
That's a cool take on it.
and I played that, and it was really dope, and like there was a lot of cool characters, and like I was into it. So like I don't have a problem at all. Like this is coming from like the biggest Pokemon head of all time. I don't have a problem with people copying the formula. I don't think there's anything that could hurt Pokemon. Like Pokemon is so goddamn established at this point that I don't see anything.
Unless they pull Bethesda.
What do you mean?
Just completely ruin their games.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are salty about Sword and Shield, which I don't. I mean, I get, but I don't get. Like, I still see a lot of people loving the game, but apparently there's still a big part of the community that are salty about it. Which, it's like you can't make another game. You can't just fabricate a different game. So either play it or don't. Like, that's your options. You know what I'm saying? So being salty about it 2 months after the game comes out, it's not going to change anything. You know what I'm saying? I do love it. I love Pokemon. I'm in love with Sword and Shield. I'm really, really happy with where we're at. Temtem shows a lot of what Pokemon can be doing better, for sure. I'll never not say that. Like, a lot of like, just with the MMO aspect, like, it would be really cool to just have more people and have it work, because the wild area in Pokemon is fucking pretty bad. But, like, again,
Wild area. It's been a while.
Yeah,
since I've been there, but that was like
just the online. But it's really just it's a light, like, it's like an MMO light. Like, they're not trying to be an MMO Pokemon. They're just trying to do something that they haven't done, and that's what a lot of where their problems lie. It's like they're trying to do more than what they used to do, but that's not good enough for 2020. That's not good enough for where we are with.
Well, Nintendo in general is just stuck.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
They need to, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, Switch is amazing, but like, online features, everything that we use.
Switch is amazing. It's amazing for what it is, but if you're trying to compare, we've literally said this almost every episode at this point. But if you're trying to compare Switch to any other console, it's not going to hold up. Like, but if you're trying to compare Xbox or PlayStation to the Switch, it's literally apples and oranges. Like, one is so convenient and revolutionizes gameplay in one aspect, but falls short in others, where, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's really just it's a black sheep. Like, it's really just nothing else is like it, and it can't exactly stand up to what we're used to. But I think the Switch is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But
the Switch is amazing, but the online function.
Yeah, it's terrible. But that more falls on Nintendo, because, like,
well, that's what I mean.
Their online component is so archaic. It's laughable. Like, the fact that I need a code to trade with him, or the fact that I need to type in his Nintendo phone number to be able to do something. I can't just send him a friend request. Like, it's crazy.
No, what did you want to? Let's get back to Temtem. What did you want to talk about?
Well, so I just saw. I don't know. Are you familiar with A Drive at all? The content creator streamer. He's a shiny hunter on Pokemon. So he got his first shiny in Temtem.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? What's it look like?
It gives off a glow. It's a different color, and it gives off a glow, and it looks pretty cool. It's not called a shiny. I forgot what it's called. I can probably look it up real quick. But
it's called a Brightly?
That's pretty close to it. Nah, it's let me see.
No, color change, is it very drastic? Or is it kind of like Pokemon?
It's the same. It's basically the same thing, but the only thing that it does differently than Pokemon is that it has, like, a glow about it, like an aura almost, which is cool. But apparently it's I'm trying to find the name of it. Apparently it's a 1 in 6,000 chance to grab one in this game. What is it? Pokemon right now. Throughout history of Pokemon, it's always been around an 8,000 chance.
Okay.
But you can manipulate that through certain methods and shit.
Yeah.
Same thing with this newest game, but I think the newest game is around 4,000. So it's a little bit more common, but he found it in 1,000 encounters around. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? I think in order to know the exact amount of encounters it would take, you would have to data mine it to, like, get the actual number. So maybe that's what happened, but yeah, he found a shiny already, and he made a video. So it's called a Luma, Luma.
It's not a bad name for it.
So yeah, no, it's cool. So this is my point with Temtem, is that I keep thinking of the reference of like generic cereal, which is like, it's a bad argument because I'll fuck up some Kids Berry Crunch that's trying to be Captain Crunch. So, like, it's not really a good argument, but, like, I feel like that's the best way to compare it, is like, I don't think that Temtem will ever live up to what Pokemon is because it's such a direct comparison. Like, I feel like if they took the initiative to be a little more standalone of a franchise, like, the fact that you start the game, you talk to a professor, you pick between 1 and 3 you pick one of the 3 Temtems, starter Temtems. Like, it's so goddamn copy and paste that's really hurting what they could be, as if where it's like, oh, you load into this world, go out, blah blah blah. I eat knockoff cereal. Okay, I'm not all name brand. Okay, I can handle it. You give me a bag of treasure marshmallows, I'll fuck it up. I don't care.
Listen.
So it's a bad reference. You know what I'm saying?
But knockoff cereals most of the time is actually way better than the actual brand cereal, because the brand cereal now is like, we have less sugar, we're whole grain. Knockoff cereal is like, yo,
give me them preservatives,
pound of sugar in here. Go at it.
So it's a bad reference, but that's kind of what I see it in my head. It's like that the off brand, it's just so copy and paste of Pokemon, and they did not need to do that. They could have literally marketed. I mean, they already are, but they could have marketing themselves as, we are, we're super. This is a love letter to Pokemon. This isn't the Pokemon for consoles. This is a love letter to Pokemon, but we're doing it our way. Like, we are. So just in the beginning, like, I know that this isn't. I'm not a Temtem exec, so my opinion doesn't mean shit. But like, they could have started in a town, boom, moved on, and it could have just been like, you didn't have to go through the whole ringer of 1 and 3. You have a rival, you have this, that, the other thing. Like, they could have moved further away from the formula of Pokemon to really make themselves more of a brand as opposed to a copy of something else. So I think that's going to be like the Temtem's downfall. The DDoS shit, though, I didn't know about it. You don't have any information on that?
I mean, Mortal told me something about it, but I didn't look it up. I just heard about it, and I'm not surprised. I mean, people are always doing crazy stuff to games.
All right, so I feel like,
I mean,
with that being said, like, Temtem is definitely on my radar. I definitely will pick it up and try it out. But again, it's always going to be just what, like, it's going to be like what I said. It's just going to be the off-brand. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So
hopefully they'll just add more stuff. I mean, they will add more stuff. It's MMO.
And it's in alpha, so it looks good for what it is. But I'm not super crazy about the graphics or anything. But it's interesting. It's on my radar, and I definitely will check it out. It definitely needs some improvements and stuff, but we'll see that.
I think the sequel will be fire.
Oh God,
what do you think?
I don't know. I was thinking about this after being said. Like, so now that we're on the topic of like talking about improving games and stuff, some news came out just today actually about Fortnite. I know this is a conversation. I know it's graphics, but it's not graphics. It's a physics engine.
Oh, it's a physics engine.
So okay. It's a new. So Fortnite just announced today that they are changing the physics engine from Unreal Engine to, I forgot what it's called already. It is called.
Question.
What's the question?
Are we going to be able to jump and shoot at the same time?
You can jump and shoot.
Aim down? What is?
Aim down sights you can only do in Save the World. That's not a big deal.
Okay. That's not a big deal.
So it is.
Just Save the World fans out there, we're just that much better.
So the new physics engine.
Jump and aim. Not big.
Does anybody know what the new physics engine's called for Fortnite?
Yeah, Tate knows.
Wow.
Tate knows all about Save the World, cuz.
All right, here it is. It is the Chaos Physics Engine. So basically, Epic showed off a tech demo of how this works, and it's like they were showing how. It was a mech fight, so it was 2 mechs fighting, and they were really going on the whole builds break and they fall, and you see all the pieces, and it's really, really dynamic destruction and shit. So like, people are wondering. So in the post they said we still want Fortnite to feel like Fortnite. So the whole community is like, fuck, like, what does that mean? That's terrifying.
Maybe that means no more clipping through somebody's builds.
That would be dope. But so it's a huge, huge change coming. It's going to be an entirely new physics engine, and people are like, are we going to be able to dig? Like, are they going to change editing? Like, there's a new glitch, which people are confused if it's a glitch or not now, that you can shoot through builds. Like, when you build a ramp, you can shoot through the ramp, through the cracks in the wood and stuff. So everyone's worried right now, like, the whole community is freaking out. They're like, are we losing editing, whatever. But it's really crazy that 2 years down the line in a game, we're getting an entirely new physics engine, and the game it's going to feel completely different and be something overnight. You know what I'm saying?
It's still in early access.
And it's still in early access.
So
this dude's such
they
a
can
fucking
do whatever
hater.
they want.
He's such a hater. But I don't think there's ever been a game that switches physics engines mid run. I know it's early access, whatever the fuck.
I feel like an Assassin's Creed game or something switched an engine.
That's crazy to me. Like changing the entire engine of a video game.
Well, no, that had to have been. There's been so many games that have been in development for like 9 years. There's no way
but
to
I'm
start
saying
off
like,
the
but
same engine.
I know Fortnite is technically early access, but I'm saying like that have been out, that are out and playable, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like DayZ, you remember DayZ? You ever played DayZ?
Oh, that
it's like
survival
it's not really a BR, but it's you load in and you have your shit, but if you die, you lose your shit. It's a little bit like Tarkov or whatever the case is, or the Hunt game. Like when you load into a server,
you lose.
You have that loot.
Your character.
Yeah, right. So that game, I was playing that game, and that game goes through a lot of updates and stuff like that. So that's a little bit more of a different case in my eyes. What up, Manu? But so there are some games that I could see that would maybe go through a huge change like this, but never anything this popular. I feel like nothing. It's like this, Fortnite is huge and it has all eyes on it, and I feel like a physics engine change overnight is a huge deal in my head. Nobody knows yet. Like in the
they
actual
just announced that they were going to do it.
Yeah. So in the next season, so February 20th, new engine, like entirely new physics engine, which just means like if I shoot down a piece of wood. This is just speculation. Like nobody knows if this is actually what's coming. But you shoot down someone's builds, and then those builds crumble and fall, and all those pieces still exist as opposed to just popping out and shit like that. So, but again, like that's just speculation. It could be anything. It could allow.
That, I got a feeling that FPS is gonna drop.
Oh, for sure. Hell yeah! Like it's gonna be fucking unplayable on consoles. But again, it's cool. It's some news that I saw.
I'll agree to that.
It affects me.
Now, if they're bringing Save the World 2, maybe I might go back to Save the World to check it out.
Yeah, Save the World is crazy. I don't understand. If you guys, blah, 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 we are on the topic of Fortnite. Did you see the iPad Pro? So the iPad can now run Fortnite at a higher frame per second than consoles. How fucking absurd is that?
It's hilarious that it's on an iPad. Too,
How absurd is that
so
shit?
Locked up.
So I literally watched a Game Ranks video last night and commented on the video. He was talking about the argument between PlayStation and Xbox, the X Series and the PS5.
Yeah.
He was saying, I know everybody right now wants 8K 60 FPS, and I lost it. I was like, what are you talking about?
Who asking
wants
for this?
I commented, I said, I will play on 720p. I'll play on whatever the fuck you want me to play on. I am not playing 60 frames anymore. I'm not doing it. Fortnite is fucking unplayable on 60 frames. It's unplayable. It's not playable.
Everyone's asking for 8K.
Who the fuck wants 8K?
Who's asking for that?
Who wants 8K? Neezy can only play. He can play at 8K or 4K.
I can play at 4K.
He can play at 4K with an $1,000 monitor. Who the fuck out there is playing console on a $1,000 monitor? Who is doing that? No one. The majority of people.
Technically, they might be playing on like a 65-inch TV.
That could be 8K. Yeah, but
4K.
The majority of kids, and again, I don't.
Yeah.
The majority of the audience that are going to be buying these consoles are not going to be kids. They're going to be. I mean, if anything, their parents will buy it for them eventually, but I don't think it's going to be right out the gate.
No, it never is kids, unless it's around Christmas.
Like
time,
it took me a while to get the Xbox One X. Like I didn't even buy it when it first dropped. I took a while. Like I waited on it.
I waited 6 months because I wanted more games to actually use the power that came with the PS4 Pro.
Right.
I was like, that's cool and everything, but I'm not gonna just buy a console just to have more power with no games.
Right. The reason why
there's no point.
I ended up pulling the trigger was because of Titanfall. Honestly, like I was super excited about Titanfall. I was like LARPing it in my head, like, oh, this is my guy. I'm on this ship, like shit like that. Like I was super excited for it, and I played Titanfall, and I was fucking disgusting at it. I was so good at Titanfall. I have a montage actually on. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but it's still on my Xbox. I would go 20 and 0, like kill 20 people and die 0 times. I was fucking filthy at Titanfall. Titanfall 1, I did not get into Titanfall 2 because I felt like they switched it a little too much, but Titanfall 1, oh my god, I was fucking disgusting at Titanfall 1.
Well,
and that's when we pulled the trigger, but like before that, I really wasn't interested in getting an Xbox One for that same reason. Like I didn't really have much to play on it. Like Rise, the fuck, why do I want to play Rise? You know Rise? The Centurion
that's the
game?
Roman thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah, like why the fuck do I want to play that? Like I don't care.
That was hilarious looking.
So the next gen consoles, I don't give a fuck, and especially if they're going with the 60 frames, I give less of a fuck. Like I'm not doing it.
Speaking on Titanfall 2, you said you didn't play that much?
Nah, see, sequels are weird with me. Like a callback to last week's episode. Like I said, Crackdown 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. Skate 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. Calling back episode 1 of our show. So, like, sequels are weird. Like, sequels are hard. Like, Pokemon has kind of gotten it right in my eyes, but I feel like Pokemon can do no wrong, so I'm kind of like, I'm biased. You bias, I bias, we bias. But, I don't know. Like, sequels are hard. Like, Skate, I feel like, was at its best when it was the most true to what it was. And I feel like when games try to implement too much, it could fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So
it's definitely tough to make a sequel because when people hear sequel, they want what they had plus more.
yeah, that's why it's so hard. It's like it's such a tight line, and I feel like with Fortnite and things of that nature, how games are going, things becoming a platform like Grand Theft Auto, for instance, like it kind of killed like that. Could be a better deliverance for content than opposed to sequels. You know what I'm saying? So, like a sequel, I feel like the way of the sequel, but maybe not. It's hard to say because sequels are still super relative. Like they're super relevant. Yeah. So like they still happen a lot, but things where Fortnite, it's just constantly updating. So it's easier for them to update and not switch it as much. But like when you're doing just a straight shot sequel, it's really scary because to balance content with how do you say that word?
Familiarity.
That's a fucking hard word. To stay true to what, right? That's a hard word. To stay true to what fans want from what they expect, and still keep the franchise moving. That's tough. So like,
is there a sequel?
I feel like
I know the hype of the first game. I can't think of it in my.
I mean, the Halo
right
franchise,
now.
Halo and Gears are always the huge games. They always do it right, but I feel like for like indies or
was it you going from Halo to Halo 2?
Yeah, Halo 2.
You were like, this is way better in all categories.
Yes. Halo 3 destroyed Halo 2. Halo 2 destroyed Halo 1. Gears destroyed everything. Gears was crazy. Mortal, do you like Reach? Because a lot of people say they don't like Reach. Reach is my favorite Halo of all time, like, period. Like, I liked 4, but even though 4 was made by a different developer, but I loved Reach. I never really got into ODST. But ODST, the multiplayer for ODST was just Halo 3. There was no multiplayer in ODST, right? Am I correct in saying that?
So that's weird because I don't hear people talking crap about Reach or ODST. But I'm not in the Xbox really crazy. But I do have people.
Yeah, but ask yourself that. God of War sequels, those are good.
It's like
The Witcher
it's pretty much any PlayStation story-driven exclusive they've had when they brought a sequel out has just gotten better.
Right.
I mean, it's like God of War, Uncharted, The Last of Us 2 looks so crazy. But it's like, I feel like we can't count those because those have so much money and so much support behind them. You know what I mean? It's like they're the first party exclusives. Like they can't mess it up. Like that's
Right.
that's
It's
what
still-
gets
it's
people
still a-
on that brand.
It's still a scary thing because with them picking up Gears 4, like it wasn't the original cast working on it, but it was some of the components of the original team.
Yeah.
But it's a new developer basically, like air quotes. So they still have to do right by the franchise, even though it's still obviously backed by Microsoft, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they'll always have the input of the people around Microsoft that were around for certain things, and the people at Microsoft work with the other team to kind of discuss what they want.
right. So I heard that they're making a Knights of the Old Republic. I heard that. I seen. Are you still
Really? I
subscribed?
haven't played it yet.
Are you subscribed to Maddie still?
Who?
Mr. Maddie Plays.
Yeah, but he never pops up in my recommendations
So
anymore.
he posted a video about that. I don't know if that's true or if that's just hearsay, but that's actually a huge. That was going to be one of the points I make on this question that I have for you. IGN covered it. That's actually insane. So with talking about sequels, my question to you is, if you could pick any game, it doesn't matter how dead, how buried, how like inconceivable a sequel would be for a franchise of any sort. I think I already know your answer too. I think I know your answer. What?
That's weird because I don't
Name a
know
few.
my answer yet.
I think I have an answer for you.
I want to hear your answer. After
So
I
if you,
say
because
mine.
I have a few games, like this is a huge question for me because there's a lot of shit.
So a game that doesn't have a sequel.
No.
That I would like a
Not
sequel.
it doesn't
or any
even if
franchise.
any franchise, if it has a sequel already, fine. If you could see any game
Yeah.
from Pong 2
Pong 2 was pretty
to
lit.
a game that just came out last week, any game, if you could see a game get a sequel, a third or a fourth or
and
whatever,
what I would like to see in it to make it.
you can go get in depth with it. But if you could pick any game to get a sequel, what would it be? Because I have so many answers for this. You want me to give you two and then you go, or you want me to tell you what I think yours is?
Minutes. I want to hear what.
All right, so I'm gonna give you your answer first.
Yeah, let me
So
hear.
your
what I'm gonna
answer
say.
is Shadow of the Colossus 2.
It's not a bad one.
You know what I'm saying? All right,
that would be a dope.
so I have there's so many sequels that I want to see. The first and foremost, I need Jet Set Radio 3. Jet Set motherfucking Radio 3. I need another game spray painting on roller skates, running around, being annoying with cops. I need that game. I need it. I need that game. Fable 4. I need Fable 4. There's already rumors of it being worked on, but
It's been years though, right?
it's been
They canceled that last announcement.
and that was shown. That's a good fucking thing. Fable, what was it? Fable Origins, I think it was, or Fable something
it was
mad.
like a arena.
It was, yeah, but
boss
the
thing.
name of it was mad generic. Fable 3 release date. So Fable 3 released 2010.
Yeah.
And that was even like far out from Fable 2. So it's been 10 years since Fable was even talked about. And I know the studios went under, like the studio was disbanded, Lionhead Studios.
Yeah.
But Monday Night Combat 2 would be lit. Jet Set, I'm telling you, remaster, I need a sequel to Jet Set Radio Future. Jet Set Grind, I think it was Jet Grind Radio and Jet Set Future. But Jet Set Future was the game that I stand, like I was in love with that. So Jet Set, Fable 4, which is rumored about coming back, well, dropping. Like people are saying that Fable 4 is being worked on. And obviously Ogre Battle, my end-all be-all video game of all time.
Ogre Battle, yeah.
Ogre Battle 64. Oh my god. There's so many Ogre Battles. Like there's some for the PlayStation and then I think there's one for the Game Boy as well. But we need this gen, even on the Switch, like a Switch port, like not a port, but a Switch Ogre Battle would literally make me be able to just be like, that's it. That's all I need.
I wonder if you
could
can
die
actually
happy.
emulate it. And
I'm sure
get it
somebody
onto
has
the
figured that
Switch.
out.
So that would be kind of cool, just to have that on.
An N64 emulator on the Switch, that would be tough. All right, so come on, you gotta have
All right,
something.
well, I was thinking about, you said Shadow of Colossus, and it started going through my mind.
Right.
I'm like, what game did I love to play that I never actually? I was thinking of it. I never got a sequel to,
Tricky, SSX Tricky. Holy shit! I think
It's something along the lines of that.
I think they actually dropped a new one. Hold
They
on.
did drop something new like that, but the game I want to see
Yo, that's Dawn shit.
is Dave Mirra.
Oh, the
You ever
BMX?
play that BMX
I never played it, but I'm familiar with it.
Oh man, dude! Like I go back on my Spotify and listen to these old like '90s rock music, and I just remember playing Dave Mirra. It's a BMX biking game. Like it was so like, it was like Tony Hawk, but less
Wasn't
ridiculous.
that? It wasn't to that level of
No, I wasn't. You
grinding
weren't
telephone
shooting up
poles,
a ramp
fucking
and
doing handstand like.
no,
pogos and
it
shit.
wasn't. It was just like Tony Hawk. Like I'm going through ramps, or I'm riding through a neighborhood. I'm grinding on like cars and like rails, and like they had like a funny kid. They had like the Slim Jim guy.
Right,
I don't know
right.
if anybody remembers.
Wasn't there a? It's probably a different game, but there was one that was like X-rated. There was like an X-rated. I don't know if it was BMX. It might have been motocross, like a X-rated motocross game. It was fucking weird. It was such like a weird. It was covered like you remember that game? Oh God, it's like a cartoon game, but it's rated like. It's rated adult. It's like Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry. It was covered. Leisure. It was covered in that vein where it's like, it was one of those games that was so fucking odd and like it was just trying to just be overly adult and it was weird, but it was probably like a BMX a motocross game, not a BMX game, but yeah, I never got into that, but I'm familiar with how big of it was. It was the Tony Hawk. It was the BMX Tony Hawk.
It was the
and, like,
BMX
I was
Tony
crazy
Hawk.
into
But
Tony Hawk.
Since they made Skate, I was like, yo, if they like when they made Skate, I was like,
If they
they're
did
gonna
that,
make a
yeah,
Dave Mirra.
right.
They're gonna make a BMX one because that would be insane.
That hasn't happened yet, has it?
It hasn't. No, they have
Like
not
a really,
made
really high quality BMX game?
at all. Not since Dave Mirra, and that was on PS2, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing in
Just
PS3. Nothing.
Just
in
to talk
PlayStation.
to chat, the last SSX was it
I feel
dropped
like
in
it wasn't that long ago.
yeah, it dropped in 2012.
Yeah.
So it's post Fable 3, but it's still 8 years ago. So
Yeah.
we could see that. That would be crazy.
I would love that. That would be my like. I don't know, man. I would get so hyped
Dave
if I
Mirra?
seen
That's
a
interesting.
BMX game be amazing.
Because we have
nowadays.
that new skate coming out. Do you recall what it is?
I don't remember the name, but I remember seeing.
Yeah, it looks okay. I hope it's grounded more in reality.
Yeah.
So that's on my radar too. That hasn't. I don't think that's dropped yet, right?
No. It definitely
New
hasn't dropped
skate like game. I forgot what it's called.
yet.
Session.
Thursday.
Session. Release date. Oh, it did come out.
Did it?
What the fuck?
That's not a good thing.
Oh, early access.
It's on computer.
For Microsoft and Xbox One, it was released on the Steam Early Access on September 17th. Oh, so it was early access on Steam last year, September, and it is planned for release at a later date. But it hasn't been released yet. So that game, I don't know. I haven't seen any coverage on it, so I'm assuming that's probably not the best thing because IGN likes to
definitely
cover
not.
weird shit if
I
it's
mean,
decent. I haven't seen a single video
Definitely
on
not
it.
a good thing. I haven't heard anything about it at all.
I didn't even know about the pre-release, about the early access.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Weird.
That's sad
I
too.
think we should check
because
it
I was
out.
actually
We should
excited
check that
about
out and get back to that next episode. We should bring that as a topic. We should
I
try.
might even just download it
Yeah.
and test it out to see
Let's
what's
just
going on.
fuck around with it. So for next episode, I think we'll try out Session, and I think we should try to grab Temtem and see
Yeah.
see some stuff about that. Because again, like I said, I am interested. We've talked about it more than anything on this show so far, and it's kind of annoying. But it is again, it's
Yeah,
interesting. It's weird.
It's like kind of like the biggest thing that's going on right now.
Yeah,
hard
it's an
not to-
enigma. It's like it's weird for this to happen so close to a new mainline franchise Pokemon game to release. So like Pokemon dropped 2 months ago, and boom, like I seen someone playing Temtem a year ago.
Did you?
Yes, there's a video on YouTube. So it's just now gaining traction, but it's been a thing for a long time apparently. Because there is a
Wow.
video on YouTube let me see. I'll sort it by release. Like, I can't really this year. I guess. I don't know. But I saw a video of somebody had posted it a year ago, and it was gameplay. It wasn't.
And it looked the same.
Exactly the same. So I'll show you that later on because it'll take me a little while to find it because it wasn't like a huge YouTuber or like business that dropped this video. It was like just a regular old dude covering it. So it'll take me a little while to find it. But I saw it a year ago and I was like, that's crazy that we're just now finding out about this. But it's weird that all this information is now. I think maybe because Pokemon did drop a game on the Switch, an HD, whatever you want to call it, main series game, that it brought up this game as well. Maybe because some people were unhappy with this new game that it led them trying to search for other.
Could just be not even unhappy, just a business model of having something release alongside a Pokemon, like just releasing it 2 months after. People are clearly talking about it.
Yeah.
So it's a good model because everyone has Temtem in the mouth.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. It's weird that it is just the biggest news right now. Like, Fortnite was being covered by everyone, and to a lot of I feel like IGN covering Fortnite was just like, okay, dude, you're just riding it. But everyone right now is covering Temtem. It's actually insane. Like, so many people are talking about this comparison and gameplay and all this stuff, and a lot of people are really into it, so it's cool. It's cool to see. But so yeah, so next episode we'll get into that. We'll do our best to try out these two games, and that'll be some food for thought for episode 4.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll have the Discord up by the weekend. I'm not making any promises, but we're trying. I'm like looking into it, trying to figure out.
I'm such a
Discord
noob. Yeah, yes. Very simple, please. But
if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, Twitter
it can
for
be
now,
shot in there
or
Twitter. Do you want to go over some of the stuff that we have on there right now? I think we've covered the majority of it. Do you want me to just run it through real quick so we can say that we did it? Like the topics real quick.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever want to at us and let us know any questions or topics, you could just use the hashtag 2G1M topics, and I can just type that in and just see whatever. So Tate, he said,
Tate, thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate you so much, man.
You've been doing a lot of stuff for us, and I appreciate it.
Great mod. So he says, how do you think the Xbox Series, it's such a weird name, Xbox Series X and PS5 will sell? Do you think people would rather get a PC at that point? And how do you think Nintendo will keep up good sales with the Switch when the new generation of consoles arrive in the holidays? Switch Pro, games, ?
We were going to talk about.
I mean, I think we already kind of covered.
Soon,
yeah, right.
I just wanted. There's
so much information that we need, like just the specs. We need the fucking specs before we can even have an opinion on anything, because like I said, if frame rate is capped at 60, there's no chance in hell I am buying a console.
I mean, there's no reason to buy an Xbox right now because you just play the games on PC.
So that's like my biggest point is like why would I even want to play? I know some games are shooting to console first and then we'll get a PC port eventually, but like there's really no reason to play on console anymore.
Even that's pretty much gone because Xbox day one it's on Game Pass, so you get it right on PC.
But not all games though. Like there are some games that like that PlayStation 5 exclusive. I'm just using this as a reference because it's the most fresh in my mind. But the chick that uses a bow and arrow to fight dinosaurs.
Oh, Horizon.
Yeah, so that's being rumored PS4, to come to PS.
Yeah,
it's
coming
to PC,
PlayStation 5.
But like again, that's 2 years after the fact.
Yeah.
So that's a little scary to me. But other than that, I really don't see a reason not to just be on PC at this point because you can run games at such a higher level than any console can do.
Higher everything.
And at this point are going to be able to do in the next 10 years because we're not going to get whatever gen this is. We're not going to get the next gen consoles for another 10 years, 15 years. So to invest into a console now just to have to reinvest into it when they drop the better version of it. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's just such a money pit for less quality when you could just grab a PC and be good for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And be playing at the
you're good for life pretty much.
Being able to play at the highest thing possible. One more question from the topics hashtag. What do we think of Temtem's price, and what do we rate Temtem's alpha gameplay? I think next week we can give it a rating.
Yeah.
Our screen is off.
Okay. Yeah, I think the camera might have died.
Battery low.
Yep.
That's tough.
That's it. Alright, guys, so clearly we can't do anything about that. We're going to have to end that here.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. No, but we kind of trailed off before where I feel like we can cut it for the YouTube. So it's not that bad. And how deep are we in right now?
We're hour 15, but we're only an hour in.
Okay.
The 15 minutes was just starting it.
Right. So, all right, so we'll be back next week. Thank you guys for hanging out. We will get this shit figured out. Again, like I said, the whole fucking 10 minutes of us starting off was us explaining how we keep running into barriers and shit, and this is one of them. So we'll get it figured out by next week. But thank you guys for hanging out. This video will be up later. It'll look better than us being at a black screen talking and shit, so...
Yeah, this part would definitely be cut out. But,
so it'll be fine. This is a little taste for you guys, the behind-the-scenes bullshit. But
tell your friends about us.
Yeah, please.
Let
we're gonna start promoting
the whole time.
We're gonna start promoting the YouTube a lot more. Shout out to our mods, Basement Flavor and Tater. Thank you guys. We will be back ASAP. We're gonna go do what we usually do and raid somebody. Is Solo on? No.
No.
Damn. All right. So we're gonna go. We're just gonna go shoot a raid. Feel free to come with us. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. We love you guys. We will see you next week. Mwahs. Love you. Love you. Love you.